Before I play the intro of this video, just bear with me. It's kind of a long one, and I'm completely new at this and trying to get used to this whole YouTube thing. So if you bear with me and get through the intro and what I have to say, it'll get a lot better from here. So enjoy. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Wyatt, and this is Iron Horse Motorsports. A little bit about this channel. It's kind of going to be a little bit of a long intro, but I just want to kind of touch base on what I'm trying to do. So this is going to be a lot of projects between my own stuff, friends' trucks, customers' trucks, trucks that are at work. Sometimes we'll be in a different shop, not this shop, but anyway, um, maybe in a little bit of will it start videos. You know, somebody's got some old equipment they want to get running again. We'll see if we can go get it running. But anyway, I've been a full mechanic now for about 4 years, and off and on through high school, I would tinker with my own stuff or my dad's stuff. He's really the one that got me into doing this stuff on the diesel side, at least. He bought his '97 Dodge in '02 and started pulling with it shortly after that. After he started figuring out how to make horsepower, and back when a 500 horse truck was a pretty good truck. So I bought this shop, or well, I bought my house. The shop and the house are in the same place, but about 2 years ago with my wife, and decided that I wanted to start my own little side shop deal. So that's where she has horses and I've got the iron. So we decided on Iron Horse Motorsports. But I've done a couple projects in here. We've got a couple in here now. Buddy Dustin's truck and my cousin's truck that we're doing some higher horsepower stuff. And the Excursion that you see kind of over here is going to be a Cummins swap project, but we'll touch base on that in a later video. That I'll go into more depth on that stuff. Like Dustin's truck, this weekend we're gonna put the head back on it, so I'll go through all that and what we're doing and why we chose this head and that head and this head stud and all that. So, but this is my truck. It's a '99 Dodge that I bought for my first truck in high school. It was a 24 valve 5-speed truck, but it's now a 12 valve 47 RE. So it's all gutted. I've taken all the wiring harness out of it, done an aluminum dash in it and all that jazz. So it's kind of turned into something that's strictly a race truck and no longer streetable. But a little background on the engine. It used to be a 2.6 engine out of a pulling truck, but I kind of commandeered it and decided to put it in this when the 24 valve I had at its peak, when I had it, it made 986 on the dyno. And I decided that I didn't want to put any more money into it. And I had the stuff already for this 12 valve to make over 1,000 horse. So we decided to pull the 24 valve out and put the 12 valve in. But little background on the engine. It's a real simple engine. It's a balance crank, a set of D&J billet rods, set of forged pistons from Molly that are fly cut for the cam that's in it. It's got a Hazley billet cam, a Ronin competition manifold, a HX60 80 millimeter. It's an 8096 28 centimeter, and a set of 5x22 Fair Valley injectors, 13 mil pump. That's I think it's set at 750 cc's with 32 degrees of timing. And then a poured and polished cylinder head and head studs, and that's pretty much it. It's pretty basic. Um, the transmission that's in it is a 47RE that has all Garand internals. It's got a Garand valve body, Garand converter, 35 spline, big input shaft, billet intermediate and billet output, and that's the project that we're going to be working on today. The last pass that I made in it, it made a full pass, shifted great, and then after, when I was pulling around to get my slip, it acted like it was kind of stuck in lockup, like it lunged real hard. But by the time I made it back to the pits, it was trying to stall, and it does it in first and reverse. So that's what tonight's project is going to be, is pulling that trans out and going through it and seeing what we find. If I had to guess, it's probably a stuck channel in the valve body, because I tried putting a set of solenoids in it and that didn't fix it, and so the next option is to take it out. So we'll be going through that. I'll kind of do a time lapse on that, because that's pulling those transmissions out. It's pretty basic, and mine's kind of different than what the one in your regular pickup is. So it comes out the same, but a lot less parts to it. So stick around and we'll show a whole lot more videos and what we do around here and what kind of shenanigans we get into.
Alright guys, one quick thing I want to show you while we're in here before we drop this trans. My dad showed this to me. Some of you may already know it, some of you don't, but when you get all your torque converter bolts out, there's like a little stub on the end of this converter that sits up in the flex plate, and it should spin easy like such. You know, it shouldn't take much pressure at all. Some people have trouble. The torque converter won't spline into this flex plate, and it'll bind in the pump in the trans, and when it binds and you just shove it all the way together with the bell housing bolts, it'll actually ruin the pump in the trans, and the trans will never shift right from the get-go. So we've gotten everything undone. The crossmember bolts are all loose. I left one bell housing bolt in each side, and we're just finishing on. I pulled the dipstick out of it. I didn't drain the pan. This bit is rounded off, and I don't have the bit to take it off here, so I just pulled the dipstick and gonna let it drain for a little bit, and then we'll put a ratchet strap around the trans, get the jack under here, and get it out. Well guys, we got it out. Nothing immediately says that this is bad and this pinpoints to the problem, so probably won't find it until we get it apart anyway. But as you can see, I like to buy floor dry and make a mess every chance I get. So that'll be all for tonight. If you can, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll keep videos coming.